It's the Joel Shit Show, featuring Joel Shit. Hi, welcome to the Joel Shit Show. I'm your host, Joel Shit. So, I had a really good episode. I mean, it had what I did yesterday and an awesome rant, and then it's cold out, so the dashboard's a little slippery, and all of a sudden the camera fell off and hit the ground. It shut off, and it didn't like shut off and remember what it had done so far. It just shut off and forgot what it had done so far. So what it means is that there's no video recording of what happened anymore, because that's the way these things work. So now you're going to get a half-assed episode instead, which isn't the worst thing in the world, because it'll just get covered up by Tuesday's episode anyway. Police cars. Monday, went to Nordstrom Rack, had a $50 Groupon. I bought 2 shirts and a belt. If I'd gone to Ross, I would have spent less money, but that's okay, because I got to go to Nordstrom Rack and say, wow, who the hell shops at Nordstrom Rack? Me with the Groupon, and then a bunch of other people who, I don't know, it was next to Saratoga, so I mean at Westgate, that's what people do, I guess. I was not overly impressed with Nordstrom Rack. A bunch of stuff that I would never wear at prices I would never pay. But that's why I am who I am, I suppose. Nordstrom Rack was what I thought it was. I left them off the hook. Speaking of which, Derek Anderson, in Cardinals Monday Night Football tradition, had his little post-game press conference rant, which was entertaining, I guess. It wasn't as good as Dennis Green, of course, but nothing is as good as Denny Green, so he was denigrating things, and Derek Anderson was Derek-handing things. It's just not the same thing. But the important thing is the 49ers won. Now, when Carolina upset Seattle this weekend and the 49ers upset the Packers, they will be tied for first. And guess who faces off the following week on the 12th of December? And guess who's going to that game? Me. You know what would suck, though? I'll tell you what would suck. If those two teams are tied heading into that game, NBC might make it the Sunday night game, because they have flex scheduling in December or so, and if that's a matchup for division title, maybe NBC will take that game. So I hope there's a better matchup that week between two other teams, because I don't really want to go to that game at night because it's going to be cold, and I already went to a cold football game, so I don't know. That's something different to talk about. But yes, 49ers won. Frank Gore broke his hip, but we have Bryant Westbrook and Anthony Davis, so there's nothing to worry about. This is why they signed Brian Westbrook. Remember, when they drafted Gore in 2005, he had bad knees. That's why he slipped to the 3rd round. You knew it was only a matter of time before he got hurt. And guess what? He got hurt. And it wasn't his knees. It was his hip. But do you think whatever it is that causes his knees to suck doesn't affect the rest of his body? Incorrect! He also has bad elbows and bad brains. But we don't know that yet because they have not yet broken. But he is more susceptible to those types of injuries. So there you go. So good old Frank Gore. Oh, I just realized I forgot my stupid ass CVS bag. How am I supposed to go to CVS? Fuck. Oh well. What am I going to do? That's all the time we have for today. Visit us on the web at joelshitshow.com. Email joel@joelshitshow.com.